It's actually been a really bad day, dude. So like, I went and got. Oh, my phone on me. No, can't time it. That's cool. Um, maybe I won't have an accident. And I won't need to time it. So I went and got my part for my e-brake. And wouldn't you know it, it does not work. So I plugged everything in. At first, it thought it was the shifter. Which I was like, okay. Let's cut my lights on. First, it thought it was the shifter. And then, dude, what is going on with my grass? First, I thought it was the shifter. Then I updated the firmware and everything. And then it was like, oh yeah, I'm a handbrake now. So I was like, okay, cool. What is going on up there? It's like, yeah, I'm a handbrake now. But it's stuck at 0. It. I'm assuming the potentiometer is broke. I don't know what else like would be broke for it to be engaged at 0. A lot of people have problems where like I don't even need to downshift there, where you know things are stuck at 100, which is kind of normal for anything that's like an axis or whatever. It, you know, you kind of it'll be you have to invert it sometimes, right? Yeah. But in the Fanatec thing, it shows 0 engagement when I pull on the lever, which is amazing. So I am currently $180 into a brick that I cannot use. I'm actually pretty sad about it. It's what? It's the only new thing I bought on my rig, and it's the only thing that doesn't work, dude. Like it's insane. I don't know. When I first bought it, I was like, all right, well, I have no way to like use it because I didn't get the adapter because it doesn't tell you that you need the adapter. So like, it just, yeah. I hate taking L's, and I just take fat L's like all the time. And instead of getting like real mad about it, I am pretty pissed off about it because again, I'm pretty sure I have $180 paperweight. And what I actually intend to do with it is I intend to put a sticker on the side of it that just says expensive trash or something that covers up any of the logos, and then that will just sit, in cam view for the rest of eternity, I think, because my whole like Fanatec experience has been pretty bad. I kind of wanted to send the e-brake back when I first got it, but it was hard to get in the first place. And then the box was open, and I complained to the lady, and she's like, "Yeah, just send it back. Just take it back to where you got it and send it back. Make sure it's in good condition and everything." I'm like I'm gonna break this thing or something. Like, so I was just like, "Nah, this just all seems like a bad idea. I'll just keep the handbrake, and then I'll just get the adapter, and then it should work." You would assume it would work. But when I plugged it in, it no work. I tried a couple different things. I haven't taken it apart because I'd like for this lady to confirm that they won't RMA it. Well, I don't actually know that, but like it never worked one time. What is going on with my grass? Yeah, so like I want to confirm that I guess now I just completely own this thing and I can't send it back to be fixed or anything. Because again, it just never worked. So if I can, I'm gonna take it apart. Like the only thing I did to it was invert the invert the handbrake, which is pretty standard. Like it's like I don't know if that voids my warranty. Like that's great. You know what I mean? So I don't really know what I'm gonna do with that. Like I say, I'm pretty sure I have a $200 paperweight. But again, I shouldn't get mad about issues I can solve with money, I guess, because at this point I'm just gonna wait for this lady to see what she says. If she says I own this thing, I'm gonna rip it apart, just take a look at it, see what I see. You know what I mean? I'm actually somewhat decent with electronics and repairing things. So decent, you know what I mean? Decent. Not amazing, but decent. So I'll pop it apart and just see what's up. If I own it and I can't RMA it, like, again, the only thing I did was invert the actual handbrake itself. So, like, past that, I haven't touched it or done anything with it. But if I'm stuck with it, then I guess I'm just going to try that. Like, I don't know what else to do. I also have an adapter that I paid like 20 or 30 bucks for, and then I had to pay like 20 bucks in shipping. So I'm also stuck with that. But again, I think I'm not gonna let it like eat at me. I'm not gonna let it like get me super pissed off, even though I am upset about it. I think I'm probably just gonna buy the Moza one. It's like 105 bucks. I'm so not making this turn. Maybe I am. Maybe I am. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna buy the Moza one at this point. But again, I'm gonna wait like a week and just see what these people say. And then if they say I own it, I'll try and take it apart. And if they say they'll RMA it, then I'll send it back or like whatever. Like, I just want a working handbrake, dude. Like, I've been trying to build this rig for like a really long time, and the entire time I've been held up by something that's brand new. Like, that's pretty much been the only thing that's been holding me up the entire time, was the only brand new item that I had, and it just, yeah, doesn't work. So again, I think I'm gonna end up with just the Moza one. I want to get on the right. Yeah, there you go, brother. I am like, not super focused on the trackers, trying not to pass away, because at this point, well, just in general, I had already told myself, like, I'm not redoing this. Like, this is like a one-take thing, because I kind of gotten over being upset about the handbrake and everything else, and like I say, I'm just gonna buy a new one. There was like a split time, like at work earlier, where I was just like, you know what, dude, I think I'm done for a month or two. I'm not gonna touch that rig anymore. I'm done with it. I'm mad at it. I can't take this no more. Like, I've put all this time and effort into it, and yeah. And one of the main things too is like, it wouldn't upset me so much if I wasn't so big on like, make sure your money, is well spent. You can't, don't waste money. You know what I mean? If you're spending money, make sure it's spent on like, I don't know. Yeah. And then I was like, all right, let me just buy like one of the nicest ones that you can buy, and then it just never worked for me. So it sucks. Like I say, I think we're gonna end up with the Moza one here in about a week. I'll probably order it if these people don't respond to me or whatever, but I'm pretty sure I'm just done with Fanatec, man. Like, I don't know. Like, it's been a pretty bad experience for me so far, and I'd kind of like to just move on. Like, I just want this handbrake to work. Like, I don't care how I get it there. If I can make this one work, cool. If I can't make this one work, then we're gonna see what Moza can do, because I can't even get the Thrustmaster one. To be honest, I was like, I'm just gonna buy the Thrustmaster one. Screw it, dude. 200 bucks. Let's just do it. Like, move on with my life. But I couldn't find one, so they're like almost double that, and I'm not gonna pay almost double that for that thing. I'm just not doing that. It just sounds dumb. So I'm just gonna get the Moza one and see what that's like if I have to. Work was horrible. You know what I mean? I'm always like whining about work being bad. So like, I hit my knee like 2 weeks ago or so, and I think I showed it like the day that I hit it, and then it's scabbed up, like it's but it's healing, right? And I hadn't hit it in like almost a week, but they keep putting me on the same like crappy thing where I hit it, where I can hit it. I hit it 3 times today, and the third time I just told my boss, I'm like, yeah, I'm like done with this, so you gotta like put me somewhere else. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry, man, like nobody else is trained how to do this job. I'm like, that's complete bullshit, and I know that to be fact. So I was super like, no, not like that. So I was super mad about that, because he basically was just like, yeah, sorry, man, there ain't really nothing else for you to do. So like after lunch, and then after lunch they had me running a line that I hadn't ran in over a month. So it's like, why? Like, I had to, dude, and I was supposed to run it with an American, and then nobody had turned anything on, even though they said that we were going to run that hours ago. Like, nobody had turned anything on. So by the time it was time to go, you know what I mean, nothing was on. So then we got moved somewhere else, and then they split the crew in half. So I got to teach the same kid that I had to teach the job earlier on a different cell. This one, it's just, yeah, it's bad, man. It sucks. Just so bad. Work sucked. Pretty much my boss, like I say, like, he told me like there was nothing else for me to do. So like, if I wanted, there was like nothing for me to do. So it was just like, I guess go home and go fuck myself, or like just like work this. And so I just work real slow, and I think that's the new strategy. When they're just like screwing with me, or they're just doing this and that, start sandbagging, man. Just start sandbagging. Like, they're gonna treat me like an animal. I'm an animal. Don't tell me twice. Like, yeah. So yeah. Oh, dude, that's PB right there, baby. That's PB. And it was so bad, you know. But I didn't go off track. That's actually the first time ever that I've ever completed the thing. Can I not like go in the parking lot, brother? Like, is it not like? Okay, maybe is there contact or no contact? Okay, no contact. But yeah, like so work was just it was bad. It sucked real bad. Um, I can't believe my e-brake doesn't work. I'm so like like what do you mean? But it doesn't work, so I can't really do anything about that. Like I say, I wanted to pout about it and like not play my sim rig anymore. But we're gonna move on from that, and I'm just gonna spend the $100 or whatever I have to spend to fix it if that's what that ends up being. And I'm not gonna just pout about it. I'm just gonna spend the money and fix it. That's the easiest thing I could do. That's the path of least, anger and resistance. You know what I mean? I made like I could buy the e-brake with what I made today. I also what was that? Oh, I bought a really old like Murphy cedar like toy chest, like a real big one, like a 45 Murphy 45. If you know, you know. If you don't, you know. But yeah, I bought a giant one of those. So all my Funkos that are in like the cardboard boxes that are like they're Funkos in their boxes, and some of them out of the boxes, but they're in cardboard boxes. So I'm gonna put a bunch of those just in my really big, nice cedar chest that I got. I paid like $50 for it, but they're super expensive. I've seen tons of like toy chests and stuff, and there's only been 2 that I've ever seen that have actually been like worth buying. And yeah, this one like paid $50 for it, but like it's pretty legit. Like I say, I don't know. Like I'm into old furniture and like stuff like that, and I have the eye for certain stuff. And I went in that crappy Goodwill that puts like $35 on like water stained IKEA stuff, and they put out like $1,000 cedar chest for 50 bones. So I picked that up. And then I got like an Ed Sheeran. Okay, so it was kind of like raining slash snowing, so I didn't really want to get up early because I didn't really want to deal with the roads. So I slept in a little bit. And maybe that backfired on me because I was like an hour late or so to the good thrift store. And when I got there was a bunch of Funkos. And, well, there wasn't a bunch. There was only a couple Funkos in bags. So I got like a Bob's Burger Funko thing. And an Ed Sheeran Funko Pop. There was also like a Vulpix and stuff, but the tail was broken off. So it just, ugh. Yeah, like I say, like Tuesday's the day. And I kind of slept in because it was like snowing slash bad weather. And I have a hard time falling asleep. Like I won't fall asleep until like I don't know. Sometimes I'll just lay there for hours and hours, like whether I'm exhausted or not. I just can't turn off. So, but, yeah. So I got a cool cedar chest. To put stuff in. I'm slowly gaining space back. I don't have a very big apartment. Like if you lived in New York, you would be like, "Dang, that's a big apartment." But where I live, you'd be like, "You have no space. You live in a storage locker." And it's like, yeah, kind of. I live in like a 1-bedroom studio essentially, and I'm slowly gaining space back. By unpacking boxes and slowly getting like cool old vintage furniture. I set up my appointment for Firestone next week, and then I'll have like a thrift store or 2 there. I'll check my transmission fluid and stuff again whenever I go that way because it's like far. it's not like close, but I also have to. I want to do some stuff at the bank. I want to see about maybe get a credit card so I can build my credit because. Well, if I have $10,000, but I have like no credit at all, like nobody's gonna mess with me on anything. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah, I'm just trying to think into the future, man. I don't know. Just trying to like take care of myself and not like freak out. But I hate my job. It's really bad. It sucks. I'm almost positive I'm gonna quit, and I almost quit today, and I think I'm probably pushing that direction. But it's only when they put me on these really bad jobs, man. When they put me on the really bad jobs, I start getting real pissed off, and I can't help it. And then, like, later in the day when I'm not on, like, this really crap job that I don't want to do, that's really physically painful to me, that's burning my fingers, like, holes in my fingers and stuff, then I'm pretty chill. But, yeah. That's it. Like I say, I did a decent lap there. Somehow, well, it wasn't decent. It was actually very slow. I was, like, barely paying attention and driving in the background. Like a, I don't know, a potato. And, yeah, I don't know. Like I say, I mean, I'm not gonna let this hold me back. Like I'm gonna buy the webcam. So we have a wheel cam here pretty soon, and then like I say, another week or two, and I'm just gonna buy another e-brake and call this e-brake. You know, like I say, I'm gonna make a big sticker, and it's gonna just say expensive trash. And it's just gonna go over top of the Fanatec logo. Like I don't know what else to do, man. Like I don't know how else, like what else to do with myself on this. I'm sure, like I said, I'm gonna wait around, see what these people say. But then, yeah, I'm just moving on and buying the Moza one, and I'm just like super done with everything. I knew I was gonna buy like probably a direct drive wheel like next year or whatever. I don't know where that's gonna be from, but as of right now, I'm like super over this experience that I've had. Like I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it, but yeah, if I have this bricked e-brake and it's just mine that I own now, I'm not gonna spend any more money with them. Obviously, you have to like value your money. Like I forget what it was. Like I watched something from Asman where like this lady went to Dior with her mom, and her mom wasn't dressed nice enough, and so they didn't want to let her in. And then she came back and bought a bunch of stuff at the same store. I'm like, what is wrong with you, bro? Like you go across the street to Gucci, or you go to the ATM, you pull out some stacks, then you go across the street to Gucci, and then you just like, you know what I mean? Like, you start fanning it. You know what I mean? You're just like, you know what I mean? You just show off. You don't go back to Dior and just be like, please take my money. Please take it from me. Yeah, it's just dumb. You know what I mean? But I'm a glutton for punishment, so maybe I would do that. No, I wouldn't. I'm seriously never going to spend money with them again. If that's the thing that ends up happening to me. I don't know what to do, man. Like, I don't know. Like I said, it's just been a bad experience all around so far. Um, and again, it's the only brand new thing from my rig. Everything else has been built off of Facebook Marketplace from like jack-offs. Like there's a hole in my wheel. Like there's all types of stuff. You know what I mean? Like this monitor's from a totally different deal. The mic's from a totally different deal. Like all these different parts and pieces and things, like they all work, and that doesn't. So like I say, we are not. I'm not gonna get mad about it because I'm moving on from it. We're gonna buy the Moza one next week, yeah, if that's what it is. That's it. I just been sitting here in this parking lot, because I'm a potato. But I hope everyone has a good day. I've now Inception with someone. I'm not a huge fan of the movie Inception. I think I thought it was confusing or boring. I can never really remember. But yeah, I'm done. See you guys. Have a good one. Peace out. Nah, we fall out of my download chair. Oh god. So tired.